Hey guys, so welcome back to my how-to video. Guys, today's video is how to influence. No matter what, you have to see that in daily life, what happens is when you're a positive role model, you're a person really helping life grow. So that's the best way you can influence anybody. So those people who are really into, say, life and are knowledge brokers, which is a life coach today, which actually is a person who seeks information and then seeks to apply the information to better their life, which is self-education, which is non-formal education. Do you understand? So that's the only form of education that you really need, and you need to be able to mentor people in terms of self-education so that they grow and lead the world in terms of leading themselves the most and loving themselves the most. That's what self-education is all about, and making sure that no matter what, you live in your truth, but that you see the truth. Understand? So when you see the truth, you realize that you can really influence people based on your truth. So those people who have never realized their own truth and what they're supposed to be doing are people who are never exposing themselves and are people who are really lost in life. So you need to be a person who's actually being a positive role model by being the best version of yourself, and that way you will see the truth. You understand? Is that simple? Of course it is. So you have to realize that no matter what, the truth is simple. Do you understand? Now, I'm a person who's never sure of anything. I'm never sure, but I see the truth. Do you understand? So when I see the truth, it's all I have to really see in life. Do you understand? So guys, just realize that knowing is seeing the truth. When you see the truth, you know yourself. Do you understand? So when you know thyself, you will see the truth. That way, when you see the truth, all you do is grow. Every single day you help around, you make sure that people are becoming more compassionate, stand for kindness, stand for a better world, stand for the truth in terms of what's greater in life. Those people who have really passionate ideas and have exposed themselves are really the most successful people on the planet right now. They're people who are really far beyond average. So guys, be extraordinary in everything you're doing. Make sure no matter what, you're always a person who's never fearing life and never fearing about what you're going to say next. Because realize this, no matter what, there is no next, there's only this moment. So realize never to fear the moment, never to really realize no matter what, that you realize more. Just never escape the moment. Escape nothing in life except for realize this. Realize, make sure that you live in the moment. You understand? Never escape the moment. So that way you can really influence people by taking action right now. If you're escaping the moment, you're a drug addict. You're a person who's doing legal drugs. You're a person who's drinking caffeine. You're a person who's watching pornography. You're a person who is doing all these negative behaviors in terms of watching the news and working on 9 to 5 because you're escaping something. What are you escaping? You're escaping yourself. You understand? You're escaping the truth. So to live in the truth is to live in the moment. Do you understand? So no matter what happens today, you have to realize to never be able to work for somebody else, work for somebody else who is you. You understand? Work for yourself, but realize that you are a person who may go to a 9 to 5 job, that you're really working on yourself more than others. You understand? Because guys, your actual business right now is more important than everybody else's. You need to realize that a positive influencer is a person who has an interdependent mindset. You understand? This is a person who really has employees, has a managerial role, but also steps back while his employees or her employees are working in terms of what the leader needs in life. So to be a leader, you need to really focus on yourself. You need to be a person who is self-compassionate, self-loving toward what you're doing. But you really have to focus on yourself and see the truth in what you're saying, and realize to make sense in everything you say, because that's the best video. That's what you need to do, and you need to realize to make the best quality videos. So invest in a microphone, invest in the best camera, invest in everything that's the best. Sometimes the best may be $2,000. Sometimes the best may be $300. Guys, the best is the best. The best is the most affordable. The best is never the expensive. Realize that. The best is also never the cheapest one. The best is the most affordable one. So realize this, no matter what, that cheap and expensive can be the best deal. You understand? So realize, just never think cheap and never think expensive. Think what's the best deal. Okay? Best in time reference and also money. When you're for example, flying around the world, you're never just going for the most expensive price. You understand? Because most expensive price may also lead you to go somewhere in terms of 2 routes, when you can go and fly in the best route for more affordable price, which may be the best deal for you. You understand? So realize when you're flying, when you're actually doing something in life, that you're flying inside, that you're really realizing no matter what, that you must be a positive influencer, that you must be someone who is on the influencer of positive, making sure that you have the mindset that you need, making sure that you're never bouncing from one conversation to another, that you realize that you finished off the conversation that you had, and that no matter what, that you keep on going and rolling with your video in terms of what you're doing. You understand? Because guys, when you're a positive influencer, when you're speaking on stage, you can never just be leaping in terms of topic. You need to finish the topic first and then move on. You understand? So realize to stay with it and see what you can come up with, and then that way you can actually speak your truth, and you can see the truth anyway, and the truth will guide you. The truth is your moral compass. So how do you see the truth? You see the truth by actually seeing it through your eyes. You understand? You push through your eyes, you make sure your eyes are pushing outward. You understand? And you'll push through the fear. The fear is a lie. Remember that. Remember that the fear is a lie. No matter what you're doing in life, you need to be a positive person who's actually living life, going upwards, making sure you're always giving your best effort in life, making sure that you're never failing. But yes, you must fail and double your rate of failure. Make sure you're just never a failure in life. You understand? Make sure you're a successful person. Those people who are failures never learn from their mistakes. Those people who learn from their mistakes are successful. You understand? That's the difference. Failures never learn. Okay? Failures never are open-minded people. Never. So realize this. You must be in the moment. You must be now. You must be a person who is always living life on your terms, living in terms of what you do. Realize whatever you're saying, to always keep on doing it in a different way possible. When your video is actually starting, when you're giving a public speaking speech in a different way every single time, you realize that you're on the best path no matter what. And all you do is just make sure that just keep practicing and keep exchanging your services in terms of expecting nothing in return, so you can give a free service, guys. That's how you actually be an influencer inside of social media today, and doing something incredible for yourself. Guys, I'm a solo worker. I'm a person who works by myself. Why? Because I need nobody else but me in terms of life. You understand? I need nobody else. I need nothing else but me. That way I can do my business on the go. I can do everything on the go. I'm here currently in Perth. As you can see in the background here, it's a beautiful, nice structure here. And no matter what, I'm just enjoying my life. I'm doing something incredible. I'm loving my life. And guys, that's how I need to do it all the time. No matter what, I wake up, I'm into business right away. Today I got up, guess what? Guess what happened? I started business right away. Right away, I went to the toilet, started brushing my teeth. That's my business, do you understand? I need to look good, always. I need to make sure that my teeth are the best that they can be. I went to the toilet. I started to do my business, do you understand? I sat on the table, I started to eat. That's my business. I went on social media. That's my business. I see what my mentor's up to as well, no matter what. I started uploading branding photos. That's my business. Every single day I post 40 photos on myself. The best photos I've ever made in my life. Guys, today, as you can see over here, I'll be branding myself just over there. See that nice colorful rainbow there? I've already picked out a spot where I can actually go and brand myself. You understand? That right there is 2 photo shoots. You understand? So 1 close-up, 1 long shot. You understand? So I get to post 2 out of those photos. I take about 50 photos, and then I get to just go around here somewhere and find another perfect shot for myself. You understand? I can also have a perfect shot right here, just stand right here on the grass over here, which is a fake grass, and you realize that that's also a branding shot right there. That's 4 shots I can get right here. You understand? And what to do with that? I post it right away. You understand? No matter what. Realize that you need to realize to do something in according to what's your business, guys. Realize to make yourself your business. That's how you become a positive role model. Those people who are on the internet right now and they're actually working for somebody else in terms of life on the internet, the laptop lifestyle they call it, you understand? You have to realize you never work for somebody else. When you're in the laptop lifestyle, you're working for yourself. You're never working for anybody else. Now, they will claim that you are working for yourself, but you're really working for another company. Let's just put it that way. Let's just work for your company. You understand? Let's work on you to make sure that you're the best. You understand? So what do I mean? I mean, you never work for another company out there. You work for you. When someone asks you, who do you work for? And you say, EFT Enterprises. Well, who's that? You understand? That's another company. You understand? You're your own company. You're your own brand. You're your own business. Guys, who do I work for? Danny Milivojevic. Who's Danny Milivojevic? Me. You understand? So that's my brand. That's my business. That's my company. That's why that's the most foundational way to be a person of influence who is a positive role model, such as, for example, Tony Robbins, who is also his own brand, his own business, his own company. When people say, hey, we need Tony Robbins here to actually teach us to lead our people over here, guess what? They're going to call him and they're going to give him $1 million for the event. It's so simple. And you're your own brand. You're working solo. You may have employees, such as Tony Robbins has. He has around 250 life coaches around the planet working for Tony Robbins to coach people. Guys, no matter what, you can do that. For myself, I never do that. Why? Because I teach everybody on camera anyway what to do in terms of life. Now, I teach people how to do it. I never teach people in terms of life in a sense that I order them what to do. I never order people in terms of, I just make sure that you find the truth in what I'm saying. And when you find the truth, you see it. You see the truth in what I'm saying. So to seek is to see. To know is to see. You understand? So never say that you know anything, just say that you see it. You see it, you understand it. You understand? When you understand something, you see it. But when you think about it, you never see it. You never know it. You understand? Because nobody else in life knows anything. I know nothing in life. You understand? I know nothing. I just see the truth. Is that explained? When I see the truth, is that everything? I see the truth. But do I know it? No, I never know the truth. How can I explain the truth? I can never explain the truth. I can only lead you to it. I can only lead you to the truth. I can never really say what's the truth. You understand? I can never really describe the truth. You can never describe the truth. You can never describe me. Because how can you describe me when I can never even describe the truth for you? You understand? You understand? I can never do it. Nobody can. Nobody can describe the truth in words. But what you can do is see the truth, and you can follow your truth, and you can follow your divine path. And everybody has a divine path. So when you're really speaking in terms of consequence and benefits and making sure the pros and cons are in your life, realize only be in the pros. You understand? Only look at the pros. You never look at the pros and cons. Look at the pros. Never look at the problems. You understand? When you have a sheet of paper and it says pros and cons, cut off the cons. You have the need for the negative aspects of what you're looking for. You understand? Because it's going to be imbalanced. Go with the pros. Go with the pros and work with the pros. You understand? Be a pro in life. It's so simple. You understand? When you gain the positive news and the negative news, which is the pros, which is positive, and cons is negative, and then say, go view the negative and the negative consequences and the positive consequences, or go view the positive and negative information. Why would you even look at the negative information? Just go for the positive. You'll be much more positive. But when you view the negative information, it's going to make you more negative. So guess what? Just stick with the positives. What do you need in life when you're searching for pros and cons of anything, the benefits and the symptoms? Just realize, never even watch for the symptoms. Look for the benefits in what you're doing. What is your life right now doing excellently? Where are you excelling in your life? It may be health, it may be personal development, it may be mindset, it may be communication style, maybe your looks, it may be modeling, it may be career, maybe whatever you're doing in a 9-to-5 job, maybe you're doing something incredible to excel somewhere with your kids, maybe with your pets, maybe with something around your house. What are you excelling at right now? And why are you really excelling in that? Or what is really helping you to really excel in that area? You understand? And then write it down in a sheet and say, this helps me. For example, say your business, what are you excelling at? And then say the reasons why. So say, these are the reasons why, and then write a list of 1,000 of reasons and just number the reasons why you are doing that business so excellently. And how can you transform that business into a multi-billion-dollar business based on your actions, based on what you are really helping yourself to really excel at the moment. You understand? So, for example, you may be an excellent cleaner right now, and you may be saying, oh, because I work with speed and I also chuck out the rubbish fast, I make sure everything's organized, I make sure that no matter what, I stay on task, I make sure that no matter what, I prepare to clean, make sure I get my head ready for it, whatever your reasons are, write it all down. Understand? And then realize you've got something in those reasons. When you can say all that, for example, what I've just said, you can transform those reasons into multi-empires, which are multi-billions of dollars. Because yes, it still counts for something even greater than cleaning. Do you understand? So when you're looking at theory, you're never looking at really the information. You're looking at the actions. These are my actions today. I'll show you my EQ today. I woke up, I straight away got into business. That's my EQ right there. Why? Because I took out my phone, I brushed my teeth. So anything that's doing word, anything that's a verb is an EQ. EQ, emotional intelligence is EQ. When you're doing, brushing your teeth, that's EQ. When you do it every day, guess what? You have EQ for every day to brush your teeth. You understand? I got on my phone, posted branding photos. You understand? That's an EQ skill. Here I am doing a video for you. That's an EQ skill. You understand? I'm doing it. I did brush my teeth. I did go on my phone to post some photos. Mainly, I do it. You understand? I go and do it. That's what you need to learn. How to do more. You understand? When you're just writing, all you're doing is writing and never doing it. When you're reading my university online, all you're doing right now is just theory. It's just theory. All this is theory for you. What you need to realize is you finish off this video, which is theory. You need theory. Okay, you need theory to explain how to do. Realize that. You need to explain it. Okay, in the theory version. But then when you do it, it's very easy to pick up doing words. What am I doing now? I'm doing right this now. I'm doing this. So you have to realize. Today also I went to the shops. I did the shops. Understand? I did the shops. I went to pick out stuff. That's doing. Understand? I put on music. Understand? What does that mean? I put on the music. I put it on. I labeled it. I pressed it. I listened to it. Okay? You understand? That's doing. I put on my bag. That's an action word. I put on my bag. I drank lime today, in terms of lime and natural mineral water. I picked it out as well. Those are 2 EQ points. You understand? You have to look at the doing words of life. There's also, I walked 1 kilometer to get here to do a video. You understand? From my hostel. I walked all the way from my hostel to Coles. That's 1 EQ point. I walked from Coles to here. That's 2 EQ points. I walked. I did it already. Is there theory in that? There's no theory in that. That's just doing it. It's very easy to do. For example, I'm breathing right now. I'm doing it. Now, many people are slow to do. They're slow. They're too much thinking. Why? They need so much theory to do. Understand? They're too much caveman and cavewoman. Too much cave people in life. Realize you have to do in life. I went to the shop. I bought or I invested in. So for example, I never say the words I bought. I used the word I invested. I invested in myself. I invested in a nice, beautiful clothing. I invested. I gave the money. I had to go to the store to get clothes. I did it. In my Instagram has 10 photos each, of 710 photos right now. I have 71 posts. I posted 71 times. 71 actions. You understand? When you see 71, it says 71 actions. Do you understand? What's an action? It's a doing word. I did it already. You understand? What does that mean? I had to go into my Mega Drive, download. So I had to go into my Mega Drive. That's a doing word. Okay? I had to go there first. No theory there. No theory. I had to go there. It's very simple. I just go do it. It's very cruise control. And then I have to go search for what photos to post into my Instagram. That's my branding photos. I pick it out. Maybe collective goals, I have to pick out maybe 20 photos, and then out of those 20, pick out 10. That's a doing word. So it's a collective of goals that I've achieved to be able to do that every day. You understand? Is it simple? It's very simple to do that once you've done it already. Understand? But many people on Instagram never even do it. They never post photos of themselves. You understand? Why? Because they've never done it. You understand? It's so simple. Other people, like for example Jennifer Lopez, will post up to 10 photos max, but never consistently. She may post a video of herself. She may post something else. So what is she doing? She's doing various stuff. I'm doing one thing. Do you understand? Have you ever heard the term focus on one thing? It's all you need. What am I focusing on inside my Instagram? I'm focusing on just my branding photos. Just me. Just my photos, my face in a photo, in a branding shoot, like a photo shoot. Have you ever seen people photo shoots with nothing in the background except for something beautiful and just themselves with the best clothing in their best version. That's me. I just focus on posting those photos inside my Instagram feed. It's one thing. Understand? In my Instagram stories, what do I post there? I post various stuff there, such as quotes and branding photos with some words. Just nothing else. Quotes, because my Instagram is a two-step module. It's a two-step module, which means there's two things I focus on. There's one thing I focus on inside my Instagram feed, which is just me. In my stories, I focus on quotes and branding photos. Why? Because say I post 40 photos of myself today, and guess what? I need more to post inside my story. So what do? I fill in the gaps with quotes. I make it nice. For example, I post 50 quotes and 40 photos of myself. Beautiful, right? There's no right or wrong. So what I do is, in each photo that I post of myself, I add some nice connotations to it, and a connotation is a word. Okay? So to add something is to do it. Okay? So when I say I add it, I'm doing it. So I add, for example, my photos, 10 photos, and I make sure that no matter what, before I post them inside my Instagram, I do up the photos, for example, with a nice filter. I put a filter photo, okay? And I make myself look more beautiful, because I'm more beautiful anyway. And then, for example, then I put in my stories, I select. That's a doing word. I select. To select something is to do. I select, I put. To put something is a doing word. I put it inside my stories. Then what I do is I edit. To edit something is to do. I edit. To place a word is a doing word. I place these words. I place 10 words. For example, I place words in each photo of mine that I can. And I say, for example, I may say, for example, do you love me? As my one caption. In my next photo, I may say, go into my Instagram to see this course. In my next branding photo, they see it. And then, such as that, I may say also romance or bromance, whatever you need. I may just make some competition going in terms of life, in terms of with yourself. Do you understand? Nobody else. So realize, never compete with anybody else in life. See, I can never take Tony Robbins' position. I can never replace Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is one person. You understand? There's nobody in history can be Tony Robbins in life. I can never be Tony Robbins. I can do more than Tony Robbins, and I can even be a better mind than Tony Robbins. I'm already a better mind than everybody. But realize this, that's the way I consider myself. You can be a better mind for yourself in terms of life, and you can do that for yourself the same way I do it. You understand? No matter what, I'm a person who is better than everybody. You can do the same, you can say the same for yourself. Now realize, that's how I must be. That's how you must be, and make sure you never judge me based on what I say. In my heart, I'm the #1 life coach. For Tony Robbins, he's the #1 life coach. You understand? For me, I'm the #1 life coach in my life. I'm the one in my life. Nobody else is #1 in my life. And the same has to be for you. You have to be #1 in your life. And that's how it is. The crowd and who they pick as #1, I never care about that. I don't even care if they put me 150 millionth in position. I'm #1 in my heart. You understand? So realize, I never listen to the crowd. That's why I'm doing these videos. So in terms of doing, do you understand? When I listen to financial economics, guess what? Robert Kiyosaki can say ETFs and mutual funds, stay away from them. To stay away from something is to do it. Remember that. So what do I do in my journal? I say what to stay away from. I say mutual funds, bond markets, ETFs. I never even know what they are. I just stay away from them. And that's how I build my empire. That's how I built my empire. Do you understand? So guess what? I have 50,000 disciplines today where I stay away from in life. I stay away from so many aspects of life, and I say no to them. So guess what's that? When you're doing 50,000 disciplines and staying away from stuff, people, and options, and food, and transport, and whatever it is you're staying away from, you're gonna find more money in your life. You're gonna find better health. You're gonna find yourself alone. You're gonna find yourself a bigger leader. You're gonna find yourself loving yourself more than anybody. Understand? So that's what I've done. So for example, when I listen to Tony Robbins, today he may say something very beautiful that he's going to strike some theory in me to actually boost my mindset, and he actually does stimulate my mind in the best kind of way. Do you understand? And so does Robert Kiyosaki in the same kind of manner. You understand? In the same kind of manner. So right now, financial terms are the most important right now for me. But my number one option is health always. Now, in terms of life, my health is always the most important. No matter what, even in a financial crisis, in terms of the world's economy, and in the world's economic crash, which is happening around the world right now, in terms of, it's called the coronavirus. So there's a coronavirus going on around the world. I have no coronavirus. There's no such thing as a coronavirus. People are just dying from their own natural habitat. You understand? What does that mean? They're dying from their own habits. They're dying because they're already sick, and they're blaming it on the coronavirus. Now guess what? When you're blaming it on the coronavirus, it's never really the coronavirus. It's just a conspiracy. Now what's a conspiracy theory? A conspiracy theory is when people make it up that what is happening around the world in terms of people losing their jobs and the financial downturn, they're blaming the actual coronavirus for it. You understand? So people are very confused what's happening right now, and it's really never anything to do with the coronavirus. It's just that there's a big bubble going on into the world, as Robert Kiyosaki says. No matter what, they're printing money, more money is being printed, and guess what? The prices of living is going up, and guess what? Too many companies are in debt, and the bubble will crash. So no matter what, you have to realize the whole point of the bubble and what's been said in terms of financial terms is you have to realize that when money is being printed, people are working as slaves, and also kids are being taught in high schools to work for money. Now this is what Robert Kiyosaki is talking about right now in terms of life. I'm fearless. I'm a person who's fearless. No matter what, guys, when you get scared, just make sure you're just saying you're fearless in life. It's a nice way for you to actually live life. So no matter what, realize I'm not scared. And in terms of life, financial terms, kids are working right now. Okay, for example, they're being taught to work the 9-to-5 job. The 9-to-5 job is scamming people for money in terms of life, because guess what's happening? They're working for the money. They're saying save your money in the bank. The bank's using people's money to make more money. They're scamming you, while the dollar, which is the paper money today, is going downhill in terms of over time. So say you give $500, you give $1,000 in the bank, and after 5 years they may return $500. In 4 years time, you do the same thing. Guess what? You give $1,000, they'll return you $250 instead of $500. Why? Because the dollar over time is dropping. You understand? So you're working more hours as the financial economy is going down. You understand? So where's the financial economy going up? When is it going up? It's going up when you have to realize now, the only financial economy that's actually going to boost your life is actually when you're boosting your health. You understand? That's important. You have to be focused on your health. Forget the financial economy and what's going on around the world. You have to realize now, make more time, make more health now. Brand yourself now. Work on your mindset, okay? That's what I'm saying. That's how you be a positive influence in life. Now realize, later in life, okay, you have to realize there is no such thing as later. There's only now, okay? So never say, do it tomorrow. Never say, do it later. Never say, I have to do something else. Now realize, when you have to do something else in terms of what's more positive and what's more of a frequency to be productive, please do it. For example, say, here, I came here to do a video. I either had two options. I can either brand 4 photo shoots or do 1 video. Guess what? I have to trade off. What's it going to be? I can never do multitasking here. You understand? That's a multitasking question. I can never do branding photos and videos at the same time. It's either one or the other. I have to trade off. And I realize video is more important than branding photos. I'd rather be on a video teaching you this for 1 hour than do my branding shoots. You understand? Because doing the video is much more important for me. It's going to teach me more. The branding shots are just personal satisfaction. You understand? It's very when I'm sexy in front of the photo camera and I post it online, the women are so attracted to me. So guys, it's just, for me, it's so amazing. Do you understand? And realize I'm just a person who loves to photo shoot. I love to realize no matter what, I'm always better than yesterday. And guys, realize I was very ugly yesterday. I was very ugly. 2 seconds ago, I was very ugly. You understand? 2 seconds ago is when I was just born. You understand? Now, I'm born right now. In every single second, I'm born. So no matter what, 2 seconds ago I was 1 years old. You know, it's just life flashes before your eyes. Everything happened yesterday. The future, there's nothing there. There's nothing in the future. If you have to go into the future to see something, there's nothing there. Everything that you plan is in the moment. You plan your future in the moment. Your future thinking is the moment. Your past thinking is the moment. So realize everything I'm saying right here has everything to do with how to be an influence in life. Now, this video is called How to Be a Positive Influence in Life. There's a difference between influencer who is a positive influencer and a negative one. And no matter what, you never know anything, I never know anything, you can see that. And to name this video just How to Influence, guys, no matter what, you need to say how to positively influence. Understand? Because there are two types of influences in life. There's a negative one and a positive one. Understand? How to influence can be how to influence negatively. Understand? So be more specific with your terms and what you're really trying to expose. That's what I'm saying. So when you're trying to do something, never try. Understand? Just go do it. When you say, oh, try go do that, you're thinking about it. Understand? You're thinking, when you're trying something, you're thinking about it. Understand? You never try anything. All you're doing is you go do it. Now to try, guess what? Is it to do? No. No, do you see that? It's never to do it because you're trying to do it. You're making it hard for yourself. You're trying, I'll try. You never try. You never try anything. Understand? When somebody asks you, please go over there, you say, I'll try. Well, what are you trying for? Just go. Understand? You can ask, what for? What for? That's a doing question. Understand? So that's a theory question, sorry. When you're asking questions, you're asking theory questions. Anything that you ask is a theory question. This whole video that you're listening to right now is a theory video until you apply it. Now, in terms of financial economics, this is what I'm teaching you in this video. How to positively influence the EQ points. Remember? Realize the EQ points is everything. What you're doing now is IQ points. There's two types of life experiences, EQ points and IQ points. Now, I put on my shoes today. I put on my clothing today. I counted my money. That's all EQ points. I pulled on my clothes today. That's one EQ point. I just opened. I opened is an EQ point. I look is a EQ point. I looked is a past EQ point. You understand? You looked before. Now, guess what? When you're doing that, you never say that. You never say you looked. You understand? Because that means you're missing now. Understand? Never use past tense. Use present tense moments. Understand? When you're writing goals, you never write them in past tense. You write them in present tense. Understand? That's the best way to write goals. You never write goals in future tense oriented thinking either. And you're never thinking in the moment either. When you're saying, oh, you have to think long term, you never think long term. You see long term. Understand? You see it. To see is to do. You understand? When somebody says, yeah, there's no such. When somebody says you must do short-term thinking or long-term thinking, no, you must never be in the short-term anyway. You must see long-term only. Okay. So, for example, now I look right now. So see, I'm looking right now. I'm talking. Do you see me? I'm talking. I'm talking right now. That's doing me. I'm doing something. I'm looking. I'm counting. 50. I'm counting. See, that's doing points. That's 3 points. So what is actually the points here? I'm looking is 1 point. I'm looking, I'm talking. That's another point. That's 2 points. I'm counting 50, 100, 150, and we have here. I have plenty of money here. I've got money going. You understand? No matter what, you have to understand. That's 3 points going already. So realize that you're a better person than yesterday. Realize no matter what, that's whatever you're doing. Never be scared about anything. Never be scared that you lost money, because guess what? Warren Buffett says the first option in life that you must, for example, in terms of money, realize the first option is always health. The first option is always health. Never say that the most important aspect of life is to learn finance now. Guess what? When you learn finance, you're never thinking about health. Understand? Make finance the number 2 guideline for your life. The first guideline of your life must be number 1, which is health. Okay? Be health first. Okay? Realize first is health, then the wealth. Health is wealth. You understand? It never goes wealth is health. No, wealth is never health. You understand? Even though, guess what? Health is wealth. Health is first. You understand? So see that health is wealth. Okay? And to say wealth is health, guess what? You can say that also. But make sure that you're putting the health first. Never be confused about words either. Make sure that you understand words. Yesterday I used the words indigenous. I actually studied indigenous complexity, and I went, indigenous is homegrown, indigenous is complex, indigenous is whatever. Now guess what? I'm never complex. You understand? Guess what? Everything, all words and synonyms relate to all words and synonyms. Do you understand? So you have to be able to go into the synonym section inside Google, write indigenous synonyms, and go and read those words out. Indigenous is this, this 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 is this. And then you find the second word, and you go from the second word, you go and do those words all over again. Because when you're starting from the first word, and say there's 10 words in a nice beautiful line for you, you have to say this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, and you go and you say for the whole section of that version, and then you go from the second word, and you say this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. The third word, you start the third word, and then that way you do build vocabulary. You understand? When you do build something, you're actually doing it. You understand? When you're working, you're doing. The whole point of work is to do. You understand? Working is doing something. Working is the best part of life. You have to do something. So guess what? I have to do something. I have life coaching inside my Mega Drive, and I have music production. It's two passions. I've got two passions. Understand? I'm the only person that I've ever met in my life that I have two passions in terms of music and life coaching. I've never met another person who's a life coach and a music producer at the same time. Now guess what? I see many people who can do that, and they can do that, but I've never met a person who's actually labeled themselves that. You understand? So in that aspect, I'm unique, and I'm a unique person who does this. And realize this: no matter what, there's always something to do. Be never afraid of what's happening in the world. Be never afraid, and never wait for money. You understand? When money is about to arrive, guess what you do? You never wait for it. You never wait for money. You let it arrive. Guess what? Do you search for it? No, you never search for it. You go and see it. Where is the money? Where is the money? Who's got my money? As Grant Cardone would say. He says, "Who's got my money?" Why? He's seeing where the money is. Where's the money? Who would say, who in your life today can give you money? You have to see who can give you money. I already see my biological parents can give me money. You understand? So no matter what, realize to go to those people who can give you money, use their money to your advantage, and realize, as Robert Kiyosaki says, use other people's money to your advantage. Guys, that's how you positively influence. You understand? When you can use other people's money, you can influence positively. As long as your money is going in the best places. Now realize, no matter what you're doing, you need to be a person who's doing something. So find your passion, find what you're doing, and make your life interesting. Guys, has this video been interesting so far? Yes? Guys, no matter what, you need to keep yourself interesting. You need to really keep the audience occupied in about what you're doing. Now, here I am sitting right now, in terms of my life, sitting in Perth, in the middle ground of the middle road in my life, and guess what that is? That's me growing. That's me in truth. Okay? So when it's okay, it's always better than okay. I'm always better than okay. And in this section, I'll say, yes, I'm doing better. Now, in terms of life, just grow. Realize no matter what, that you brand yourself daily. Make yourself your brand. Realize to stay away from the drugs. That's the first way to positively influence. Stay away from caffeine. Stay away from pornography. You understand? Make sure no matter what, you're never ashamed about anything. Guys, realize no matter what. Just yesterday, I watched pornography. Just yesterday. You understand? I watched pornography yesterday for 13 years. It's so simple. So realize no matter what, you have to be a person who's actually always living in integrity. Expose yourself completely. That's how to positively influence. When you are naked in front of the world, you can stand in front of the world. Do you understand that? When you're a public speaker and you're speaking in front of tens of thousands of people, you are naked. You're naked. People can see you. You're popular. When you're popular, you are naked. You're completely naked. So what does that mean? It means everything and everybody can see you. You have to gain that attention. Do you understand? So to gain that attention, you need to do work for free. What am I doing here? I'm doing this for free. Why? So I gain attention, so that I gain shares, so that I gain a legacy, so that I gain and brand myself better, so that I do better for myself. Now, to do better is to do it for free. Do it for free. What's the best road? The free road. You understand? Where can you do work for free? Anywhere. Anywhere. You can do your business right now for free from your home from your home apartment where you live inside. You understand? You live inside. You never live in an apartment. You live inside. Your body is your apartment. You understand? You live inside. So everything outside that you see over here, I may sleep on the street. Guys, I'm sleeping inside. I'm not sleeping on the street. You understand? I'm never on the street. I'm inside. So realize, the world may be against you. Guess what? The world's never against you as long as you're never against yourself. You understand? Those people who are victims of life always are people who are defending life. You understand? They're defending. Why defending? They're defending their kids. Come here. They're dragging their kids to them. Why? They're defending life. Why defending your life? What are you scared for? Why are they scared? Because the world outside of them has taught them. Now, there's no such thing as world outside of them. The world has taught them to be defending from life itself, because guys, they're in fear. You understand? The people around them are fearing life, and they're poor people. So you have to realize, you may have grown up to be a poor person. You may have grown up in a poor area. You may have grown around poor people. So realize those poor people and that poor area and all of that, just saying, may be and is the worst way to live life. So realize this, no matter what, I'm not judging you. Just realize no matter what, that I see what I said, and that I realize that it's the way to say it. And realize no matter what, that you're a person who goes and flies somewhere else by yourself. So the whole point of being a positive influencer is, first, go from where you lived to another area. Escape the boundary and the zone from where you came from. First do that. That's what Vishen Lakhiani says in his book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. He says, you need to escape the people that you surround yourself with. He says, you need to surround yourself with better people. Understand? He says, no matter what, you were raised in a cultural conditioning setting where you need to now get away from those people. Now, that's what I've done. That's what I've done. I've been traveling Australia now for 9 months. And today's my mother, who is my biological mother, her birthday. Yeah, so I never know, but today is my biological mum's birthday, and that's when I left 9 months ago in the 4th of July. So 4th of July 2019 to the 4th of April, which is 9 months today, is my birthday. In terms of 9 months traveling. And it sits on my biological mum's birthday today. So how incredible is that? That's a coincidence. They're saying, what does that mean? It means I'm living in truth, baby. That's what it means. So no matter what, I've been grasping more and more of the truth every single day, because I push through the fear. Do you understand? I've been overcoming my challenges. Each and every time I overcome a massive challenge in my life, it gets easier and easier for me. So that's what you need to do. Every time you have fear about something, quitting drugs, leaving that husband of yours, whatever you got in life, I'm never violent. I'm never a violent person. You may be a person who has critical family members who are really dragging you down. You need to realize to get away from those people. Do you understand? Because that's a doing word. To get away from those people is a doing word. Now, the EQ points we're talking about here now, realize no matter what, when you're reading financial economics, you need to stay away from what people are saying. When people say, stay away from this, it's a doing word. Stay away from it. When you stay away from something, I'm doing it. Say Robert Kiyosaki says, hey, and say you're my friend. Say you're my friend in real life. And Robert Kiyosaki is my friend from high school, and he says, hey, Danny, stay away from this guy. He's a junkie. And he's talking about you. He says you're a junkie. You understand? Now, obviously, the person that's actually saying that is really, really jealous in this point of you. You understand? So no matter what, realize no matter what, say somebody says that, guess what I will do? I'll make sure to look at you, and this guy, he may be also dragged down by what he said, but I may even stay away from you just because Robert Kiyosaki showed me the theory about it. You understand? Yeah, he showed me the theory, but he's going down in his health. You understand why? Because he's gossiping about you. You understand? You never gossip about people, because that's how you kill your life. You understand? You never gossip about people, you expose people. You understand? What does that mean? You expose people totally and utterly about who they are. And guess what? You're never talking about it to anybody. You're just exposing them for who they are. You go on social media, say, this is this person, and this is what they do, and let everybody see it. Let everybody see it. You're never talking anything about them. You're just exposing them. You understand? But when you're talking about them, you would come up to me and you say, hey, stay away from this person because this person's doing drugs and do you understand? Very shifty people. They're talking behind your back. No, go and talk in your face. Go talk to the person's face. Go and just expose them out completely in Instagram and social media and say, this person is treating me this way, blah, 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 blah. The community in your hometown will see it. They'll be like, what are you doing, mate? Why is Danny or this person writing about you in this way? They'll be like, what? Who said that? Why did he say that? What happened? And guess what? No matter what, guess what? They start talking behind your back. And guess what then? They're exposed completely. And guess what now? Now it's your advantage because guess what? You're exposed anyway. And you're having fun with them. You're having fun with them and then everything is a blast for you while they need to now improve. So guys, make sure you expose people completely so they improve. That's the whole point. So in terms of life, realize this, that to be able to do something is to realize no matter what that you're actually emotional about it in terms of actually physically you go and do it. Understand? You need to always realize to planning everything. My journals are all theory. My university is all theory. Understand? So realize that when you're actually listening to anything in life, look at the EQ points. What have I done in this video? So when I say expose yourself, that's a doing word. A doing word is expose yourself. When I say write in your journal, it's exposing yourself in terms of go write in your journal. To write in your journal is to do it. So you have to listen to those words. You have to listen to the word write in your journal. You pick up that word that I just said. He just said write in your journal. I have to go write in my journal. I have to go do it now. When's the best time? Now. You have to make sense of that. You have to make sense of that. More Danny, but yes, more Danny, always more me. So guess what? When you find yourself saying no more of this or that, say I always have more. I always need more. You understand? Always be selfish for more. And that way you can always watch me more. You understand? If you say no more Danny, you never watch me again. So say I need more. In life, always. Overall. I need more Danny. Understand? So then Danny just taught me to do something. What did he teach you? He taught me to write my journal. Oh, now you have to go do it. How about Daddy's help? No Daddy's help anymore, unless you just come and watch me. Do you understand? You have to watch me now. Continue to watch me while you're actually writing in your journal. Do you understand? You have to go walk the steps. You have to go do the steps. That's what I've been doing for 2 years. Nobody's been writing for me. I wrote over 20,000 quotes. Who wrote it for me? I did it over 20,000 times. Do you understand? That's 20,000 actions. I get an idea, bump into a quote. People think my quotes are bloody shit. You understand? I never care about them. You understand? I never think at all. They think about it. They think my knowledge is crap. But when you put it together, when you put 20,000 quotes together, you make an empire, baby. Yeah. They may have seen a quote and they judge me on one quote. Do you understand? I call people fucking scums. You understand? Guess why? Because I was in a terrible time. You understand? I was in a terrible time. And guess what? People are that. People are fucking scums. Right now. You understand? It's true. And guess what? One person leached onto it and she said, you dare say that. Yo, do you understand? I never know why. But guess what? I see her. I see who she is. You understand? You can see she's a bloody scum because she already catched onto my thought. So guess what? Now, when I say in this term, I've taught you now, write in your journal. Guess what? Now you have to go do it. You have to think for yourself. Now you never think for yourself. You just see for yourself what to do. You understand? You're never thinking for yourself. So I'm putting myself in your position right now, which I've already been in there. You understand? So now, from this perspective, I say, hey, what you need to do now is you need to watch me. You need to get some mentors, and you need to realize, start writing something. Start writing something. Start writing doing words in your vocabulary. You understand? What is that? Start writing doing words. What you have to do on a daily basis, and how you do more, and how you become better. So to become better is to do better. To do better is EQ points. It's something to do. Do you understand? This is something to do. I've been doing this video for how long now? I've been doing it. Do you understand? How long is the video? You go and see it. You understand? I've been doing the video for that long. Do you understand? That's the truth. Do you see the truth there? That's the truth. That's the truth. I can never point you there. Guess what? I can point you there. I can point you there. But how would you describe the truth there? How long is this video? Have I mentioned it? See, we're seeing the truth now. The truth is there, but what is the truth? Do you see the truth there? How are you able to describe what those numbers are? But you see it, how can you describe it? You can call it the number, but is it really the number? No. The truth is there. Even when you say the number, the truth is there. You see? You may think it's a number. That's not the number. I'm better than not. Those numbers are never those numbers. Do you understand? Who I am right now, who you see, okay, is never me. I'm beyond this world. You understand? The truth is there. You can see the truth. You understand? You never think about the numbers or what numbers they are. You just see it. You just see the truth. You understand? That's why I never mention the numbers. Because when you mention it, you've described it as something, and now it's no longer the truth. You understand? What you describe as a truth will never be the truth. What you call a number in life, you may say, those numbers are 100, for example. It's 100 minutes for this video. Do you understand? Is it really 100? No. You see the truth though. How long is it? How long is it? You see the truth. You see how I lied? You see how I lied? But did I really lie? No, I was just describing something. You understand? I was describing an example. So that's how you manipulate people to see the truth. You understand? So how, for example, let's have a look again. How long is this video? You may think a certain number now. It's this number. You've judged the number. Why have you judged the number? You never think about it. You see the number. Remember, observe your thoughts. You never think about actually what you've seen in terms of life. You understand? You never think about those numbers right here. I see the numbers. I'll never mention them. Why? Because to describe those numbers is to think about it. So what do you need to do? You need to realize to speak more truth without labeling anything. Never label anybody what they're doing. You understand? What am I doing now? Am I labeling words? Yes, I'm labeling words, but I'm pointing you to the truth in those words. When I try to explain the truth, guess what? I'm thinking then. I'm not thinking. Now guess what? I just stuffed up because I went backwards. You have to realize you never go backwards. Why? Because the truth inside, you never think about it. You just keep moving forward, and that way you will lead people to the truth anyway. You understand? So realize now, I've learned something right now. So you need to realize now, for these numbers, for example, they're numbers. Are they really? Never. They're never even really numbers. See, I may have mentioned the numbers. Okay. Now I'm better than okay. They're never really numbers. That what you see, you can never really describe that. That's the truth in that. That's the truth. You can never really describe that. Anything that you never can really describe is everything that you see. Then you see truth everywhere. Understand? You see truth everywhere. Never think about it. Never think about it. Understand? That's the whole point. The whole point is let's now be observant of our mind. Understand? You may see something, what they're doing. And guess what? You just see it. You just see it. You just watch. You just watch. You never say what that is. You understand? You never say what that is. You never ask why. Guess what? You ask why. You understand? You ask why. Always. You always ask questions. But guess what? You never think why. You never think why. You just ask why. Why? Ask questions. You never think to ask questions. You never think about walking. When you think about walking, you're trying. When you think about doing something, you're just trying. You understand? You never think about it. You never think to do something. You just go do it. How do you do it? You just see to do it. You see it to do it. You understand? That's how you be a positive influencer. When you're reading some information from somebody in terms of book, sequence, in an audio program, in a video program from me, and I say, stay away from this, stay away from this, stay away from this. Those are 3 key points. Please listen. To stay away from something is to do it. I say stay away from getting cheap airlines. Stay away from it then. Understand? Stay away from that. I say go for the most affordable. Go for the most affordable way of life. Now what's that mean? Now guess what? I pointed you away from cheap. Never be cheap. When you're cheap, when you think cheap, you always be cheap. You understand? I say stay away from cheap. I stay away from cheap in life. Guess what? I never go to cheap. I never think cheap. Why? Because I have the most affordable. Now, guess what? I'm never cheap anyway. I'm never cheap. Guess what now? So when you go to cheap, guess what? You become cheap. When you go to what's most affordable, you always be the most affordable. So what's affordable? Cheap and expensive can be affordable. Is that simple? Understand? Never go to what's cheap all the time. Never go to cheap anyway. Go to what's most affordable. Sometimes the best deal can be the most affordable. Sometimes the most expensive deal can be the most affordable. Sometimes the cheapest deal can be the most affordable. So in this instance, I'll say, where are the EQ points in there? Where are you able to figure out now where the EQ points are in that theory? You have to pick them out. That's how you actually realize to do something while you're reading. You pick up the insights. When you're picking up the insights, what are you really doing? When you're picking it up, when you're picking those insights, you're really doing it. To pick something is to do something. To pick, you're actually picking something. To pick. So what? Realize this, you need to broaden your vocabulary skills. Understand? Those people who have low vocabulary will never be able to do more. Understand? You need more vocabulary. That's why I can talk how I talk, because I've built my vocabulary through writing over 2 years now in my journal. Understand? So realize this now. Let's finish that sequence off. So to pick something, what is the theory in that knowledge that I just explained? Do you understand? You never know about it. You understand? Just say, I know nothing. I know nothing. So the doing words there, guess what? Are stay away from cheap, stay away from expensive. What's left? Nothing's left. Remember, nothing's left. Why? Because the whole point of getting richer is what's more in life. Never think what's left. Think what's more. Never what's left means half cup empty. Go half cup full. Understand? When you're thinking in life, you never think in life. When you're thinking in terms of life, you never think. So when you're actually doing life and you see that, you ask yourself what's left, realize to say what's more now. Be on offense about that. For example, I used to be so sorrowful. I say, why do I have to go? That's how I used to be. I say, why not? I say to myself again, why not? Go now. Why me? I used to say, why me? I used to cry about it. I used to say, why me? Why me? Why not me? You understand? There were two couples. There was one couple actually kissing. I say, kiss, kiss. They're watching me. They say, why? I was like, why not? You understand? That's the same situation. Why are they asking why to kiss each other? Well, why would you ask why? Just go do it. Why were you kissing in the first place? Why asking why now? Understand? So no matter what, never be sorry for yourself. So when I was asking why me, I was sorry for myself. So guess what I done? I took initiation to say, why not me? I have to say that for myself. Why not me? Understand? I have to travel. So no matter what, I'm always traveling. I'm a person who's always seeing life better. But realize, when you're figuring out a better way of life, you're looking for the doing in what people are doing. Understand? And now, theory, in terms of my university, is full of what you can do. It's full of what you can do. Unless you never do it, it's just theory. It just stays theory. That's it. And unless you're doing it, you're following me in terms of life. When you do what I do, you'll be a follower of me and you'll be inspired by me. So to copy me and what I'm doing in terms of what I do, you'll be inspired by me. That's to emulate me. So emulate me in what I do. Me, I emulate Tony Robbins. And I'm doing better than Tony Robbins now. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing much better in life. You understand? I'm doing it right now over the long term period. So right now, as it stands, Tony Robbins has done, let's say, over a long period of time. Let's say right now, he's never doing more than me. Never. Why? I see it right now. Over the next 73 years, I can do more than Tony Robbins. I can do more. Right now, in habit-wise, I'm doing more than Tony Robbins. Right now, habits, everything. So realize now, what does Tony Robbins have on me right now? Nothing. Now, guess what? He has history on me. He has more age. So guess what? The only way for me to outdo Tony Robbins is to be over his age. So currently Tony Robbins is around 61. I have to be around, say, 62 to really overtake Tony Robbins. With my habits, that's what I'm saying. So over the next whatever years he lives, I have to outlive him. You understand? And I can do more. I can do more that way. You understand? So say I live up to 100, guess what? You will have to live up to 100 to overtake me. You understand? Why? Because I've done it. I've done it now. Why? I see it. I see my truth. And the truth shall set me free. I just stated it. You understand? No matter what, I'm 27, I see that I'm living past 100 now. So realize this, when you're reading something from anybody, they say stay away from this, or it comes in a version of what not to do. Or for example, Thomas Edison, he was interviewed, and he was spoken to by an interviewer, and he said, how does it feel to have made 1,000 mistakes in life? He said, I never made 1,000 mistakes. He said, I found 1,000 ways that something will never work. What's that? 1,000 actions that something will never work. He done something 1,000 times to make that light bulb. You understand? He done something 1,000 times. He made mistakes, but guess what? He learned from them. And he stayed away from doing those mistakes again. And he went to another course of action. Another course of action. What do you do? As Tony Robbins says, he changed approach 1,000 times. So to change approach 1,000 times in terms of Thomas Edison is to find the light bulb. So for example, say a mouse. A mouse goes into the puzzle of the nice, beautiful, say, that actual puzzle kind of looking material that you see, where the mouse will go in, the actual maze. It's called a maze. See, I had to really explore that. I had to extract that word, which is amazing, because now since I've said the word maze, which I still have right now said it, and guess what? Now it's here, and in the past, it's been ages since I said that word. But now since I said it, it's going to be more in my mind now. You understand? And guess what? My mind is never my mind. You understand? My mind is never my mind. But I'll be much easily more able to extract that word again. You understand? So when you're using your actual words and your vocabulary, once you expose a certain word over and over again, in terms of speaking it out loud from the vocabulary in your mind, and it's never your mind either. It's never your mind, but just no matter what, when you're speaking out your words more and more, those words that you speak out more and more, and either any other words that you speak out that may have come in after a certain period of time, you never mentioned it for say 2 months, 3 months, that word comes, and then after a few months or after a certain amount of days, that word comes back faster. You repeat it again, that word will come in faster and faster and faster. The more you repeat your words in terms of your vocabulary, the more you will repeat them in daily life. So to use, for me to be able to use the word maze now, see, I just used it now again. Why? See how fast I used it? I repeated my words. So I used the words maze again. There we go, 3 words. I used the maze. Maze. 6 times I used it. I used to do this in Toastmasters. We used to actually do, we used to do a, sorry ants. We actually used, I just almost killed an ant. So no matter what, realize this, I'm a vegan, so I have empathy for animals. And realize this, no matter what, we used to do 1-minute speeches. We used to say, this is the word of the day, and repeat as many times as you can within 1 minute, or within your speech, to test yourself and your vocabulary. So guess what we do? Say I give a speech right now in terms of Toastmasters. I would say, they give me any topic, they may say, how would you run with the lion, Daddy? And I start and say, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. How will I run with the lion? Guys, to run with a lion is to be a wasp. Do you understand what a wasp is? A wasp is faster than a lion. So to be a wasp is never to get eaten by lions in the first place. So guys, I have no need to be a lion, because I can also make sure I can fly in the air. I can do some imaginal spinneroonies. I can make sure that no matter what, I can fly into Booker T's shoulder, who is a WWE wrestler right now. And guess what happens? Guess what you see in that person? That person is an actual person who is alive today. And guys, no matter what, he's a person that inspires me also in some ways, in terms of his ideas. So no matter what, realize this: when you're a person who's really, really inspirational in life, you're going to realize that a wasp and Booker T together make a beautiful couple. Why? Because no matter what, I'm not gay, but realize this: when you're an actual animal, guys, you never kill animals in the first place. So guess what? Being said this, when you're a vegan, such as me, who is actually never Booker T, you realize no matter what, that I'm the most important person in my life anyway. So guess what? Since I've said all of this, I'll make a beautiful couple with myself the most, and that way Booker T and the wasp will be very happy for me. Do you understand? So that's something just randomly say we will do in say the Toastmasters section. But guess what? In that speech, I never mentioned the word maze in terms of life. Do you understand? So guess what? I never really needed to, because I actually achieved my goal objective to just say that speech. So that was just an example. I'll show you an example. So another example for, say, Toastmasters, where I would have to use an actual word, say, as a meaning. So I'll do this now. Say the word is, let's say, empathy. Empathy is the word we have to use, and we have to repeat it within 1 minute. And then they give me a title based on, let's say, swim with the dolphins, and I have to run with the swim with the dolphins, and I have to use that as the heading. Okay, so I stand in front of a crowd and I say swim with the dolphins, but in the back of my mind, which is never in my mind, I never have a mind. You understand? Guess what I do have? I have the truth, and I see the truth. Now I see the truth, and I'm honest about it, and I see that whatever I'm saying right now speaks for itself, and I see how I've actually broadened my terms right here, and I'll go. Swim with the dolphins, fellow Toastmasters. Guys, when you're showing empathy toward dolphins, you're really showing empathy in a way so that you can lead them. Empathy is a meaning where no matter what, the dolphins can see you, and the dolphins will be happy you're their leader. So when you're speaking about empathy, you're actually speaking it to the dolphins, they're going to be happy. They're going to be ha 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 ha. They're going to be laughing. They're going to be jumping because you're screaming empathy at them. You're saying, hey, I need you in my life. I'm lifting you. Come on, let's do better. Do you understand? Because fellow Toastmasters, empathy is going to lead you. Empathy is everything in life. So the person who leads actual dolphins with empathy is a person of great success. You realize that the dolphins will always listen to empathy people. Why? Because they're people who can show you leadership. They're people who can really, really boost your sense of clarity. Guys, be with the dolphins. Realize this, no matter what, that you be with yourself the most in life. That way you can show more empathy. Do you understand? That's an actual Toastmasters 1 minute speech in terms of using the word empathy that they use. How many times did I actually use that word in that sentence? In that actual 1 minute? I used it maybe 10 times. Understand? Why? Because that's how you actually build vocabulary in terms of using that word more. So in terms of maze, here I used it again. I used it again, the word. Why? I repeat my words. Do you understand? To be able to pronounce those words more and more in my life. So the word maze, I came back again into myself. You understand? No matter what, I never go anywhere else but back into me. I always go back into me. Do you understand? So realize to go back into yourself is to be right now. So realize, never go back anywhere else, go back into yourself. So to use the word maze, I used the word again. In the sense I've used the word maze again in terms of life. Do you understand? Why? Because the word maze. Now, guess what? I've used that word completely now, and guess what? I'm never sure of anything, but I see the truth. I've used it around 9 times. And is 9 times the truth? No. 9 times is never the truth. Where's the truth? The truth is below the 9. Where's the truth? Below me. Is it really? Yeah? The truth is below me. The truth is above me. You understand? The truth is beside me. The truth is every way. But what I've said. Now, I'm better than but. What I say is never the truth. Realize this. The truth is subliminal. You understand? The truth is subliminal language. What I say is never the truth. I never preach the truth. What I preach is anything but the truth. Understand? Yes. So, what I'm really directing you to see is, write that down in your vocabulary. Understand? I direct you to see it. That no matter what, you'll pick up the ideas in this vocabulary here, and you say, hey, Danny taught me to write my journal. Once you do that, you'll see the truth in that. Why? Because you're doing it. A doing word is the truth. Yes, it is. Is it really? Yes, it is. To do something is the truth. Why? Because when you do it, you see it. Understand? When you're writing, when you do this, look what I'm doing. I'm doing the truth now. I'm doing the truth. I'm doing the truth. Do you understand? I'm doing it. Do I have to explain what I'm doing? Do I have to explain what I'm doing? I never have to explain what I'm doing. I'm doing the truth right here. I'm doing it right now. Do I have to show you what I'm doing? Do I have to explain what I'm doing right now? I never have to explain it. I never have to explain anything in life. I'm just doing the truth. You see who I am and what I do. You say, you see who I am, my words. See? Now, I'm never an aggressive person, but I was aggressive. Now, you understand? You can see as I move who I am. You can see me. You can see. I need you to see the truth. That's how you become a more positive influence. So, in terms of the maze, guys, that word's in my vocabulary now. Why? I've used it more and more. You understand? That's why I had to go into the vocabulary section. I had to really expose the maze word for myself so I can learn it more and more. So that way you can be a positive influence when you're really never worried in life about your finances, about anything that you have, and realize no matter what, that you pick up ideas. Pick up the ideas of, hey, Danny said do this, go do it. Emulate me, as I said in this video, emulate what I do. What I do is practice the doing words, go study up the doing words of life, and realize that your vocabulary, the better your vocabulary, the more you do. Okay? It's been studied already, and they said that people who have low vocabulary, and I see it already. I have no need to think about it. I have no need to study facts in life. Do you understand? I have no need for statistics in my life. I have no need for statistics. I see the statistics of what's said in life. So realize, to see statistics, you can do it. You can do it, but do you need them? You can see it. You can see it. Understand? So realize you can do it as well. I just never need statistics. I just need me in life. Now, no matter what, my habits are statistics for myself. What's happening around the world is also a statistic. You can also do that. Understand? What do I mean by do that? I mean, go do the truth. Understand? Go do the truth. You find what I mean. Go do statistics. Go do reading. Go do videos. Go do video content. Go do what I do. Think nothing in life. Never think. Understand? Never think and grow rich, as Napoleon Hill says. His book is named Think and Grow Rich. But guess what? I read the book anyway. Why? It's never think and grow rich. It's see and do rich. You never think about it. You never think to be rich. You never think about it. You just see it. You just see to be rich. You just go and do it. Now, to think is to die. You understand? Never think in the first place. I'm never thinking about this video. I'm just doing it. It's just coming out of me. I'm never thinking what to say. Otherwise, I'd be trying. I used to do this in Toastmasters, and they used to say, "Oh, Danny, you're very, very ugly up there." That's what I said. So realize this: no matter what happens, that you guys realize that you emulate me. When I say emulate, here I am emulating Tony Robbins in terms of what he's doing in life. But guess what? Yes, I'm still doing it. I look at Tony Robbins. What's he doing today? I ask, what's he doing today? What's he doing that I still have to do? I'm always now. I'm better than not. I see, for example, in terms of comparing, you can compare with other people and see what they're doing in life. If they're doing less than you, never compare with them. Go compare with other people who are doing more than you. Look at Elon Musk. What's Elon Musk doing? That guy's doing everything around space. Go do what he's doing. Look at what he's doing. Elon Musk. Understand? Elon Musk is going to Mars. Is building spaceships to go to Darwin, to go to the moon, bro. You understand? He's going to Mars. He's going to Mars. He's going to Pluto. He's doing it. You understand? That's courage. That's courage to go to Pluto. To go. Now, hey, you're saying for people to build a spaceship to go to Pluto? How funny is that? That's hilarious. You understand? And guess what? Say you are a big investor. Go invest all your money into Elon Musk. Why not? Go give him the money to go build it for everyone in the world. You'll be someone even bigger than Elon Musk. You can do it. You understand? You give the money. You say, hey, here you go. I support you in what you're doing. Just say that I gave you this money. You understand? Because once everybody finds out you gave him $5 trillion to do this, who gave him $5 trillion? Who's that? Ah, you got the attention there. That's doing it. When you give money to people, you're doing it for attention. When you receive attention, you receive more money in return. Remember, people give money for something in life. They give it for something. They never do it for nothing. I'll never give you $1 for nothing. I'll give it for something. I'll give it because of the attention that you may give me. You understand? I do this video never for nothing. I do it for something. Why? Because say I helped you in this video, you may even go and share me around. You understand? And I never care that you do. You understand? I care about me first. I realize no matter what, I'm doing it for free anyway. I never expect you to. You understand? But somebody may do it. I never expect them to it. I never expect them to do it. So guys, say you guys have enjoyed the video. You guys have enjoyed the video, okay? I demand it now. I demand that you guys enjoyed my video. So guys, no matter what, I will be leaving this video now because I can, and I'll make sure to continue my life and also brand myself over there, brand myself here, and make sure I have some beautiful photos because now it's 3:22 and realize that's never the time. The time is now, you understand? And realize now, no matter what, I have to go do some branding shots. Guys, no matter what, I'll see you guys in the next video.